Alrighty, rock on everybody, rock on! Alright, what's up everybody? It is I, your tribal metal god of extreme, Peter Joseph here, for another video, right here, how fitting, on the Metal God 669 channel. Thanks for watching on this Monday evening, May the 5th, 2025. Cinco de Mayo! Happy Cinco de Mayo to all you great people that celebrate that holiday. And, well, if you're going out, get drunk, drink responsibly, and know when to say when. And wrap up that burrito if you're gonna have that good old-fashioned drunk sex, because you know it's the best. And that's all I gotta say about that. But, happy Cinco de Mayo to all my Mexican and Hispanic people and everybody else who celebrates the great holiday. Not even a major holiday, but we call it Cinco de Mayo. But it is what it is. Happy Star Wars Day as well. The second day of Star Wars Day. Revenge of the 5th. Tomorrow's Revenge of the 6th. So we got that. So happy Star Wars Day as well. And happy Monday. Start of the first official week of May. And not so good here in the Northeast. Rained on and off today. It's going to be pretty much the same tomorrow. Wednesday might get a little bit of a break, not too much, but yeah. Then Thursday night and all day Friday into Saturday morning, it's gonna rain again. Feels like we're in April still, but we're at May 5th. You know, we're getting near the midway point of spring. We got a couple weeks away. We're a couple weeks away from the unofficial start of summer, Memorial Day weekend. You know, barbecue season's coming up pretty soon, and, beach season coming up, and pretty soon, right after that, right after Memorial Day weekend, we got the official start of summer. Everybody's going to the beach. July 4th weekend's coming around the corner after that. Those days of August, it's gonna be hot, humid, and, you're gonna watch out for those hurricanes if, you know, you're down south, and then the Caribbean islands, and especially Puerto Rico, in that area, you know, so, you know, it's the start of hurricane season where we haven't really heard about any hurricanes yet, but as we get into the middle to end of this month, and pretty much June and really July, that's like hurricane central. We gotta, like, watch the Weather Channel and everything. It's crazy. Hopefully no hurricanes here in the Northeast area, because we don't need any of those, especially since we haven't had a big one since really Superstorm Sandy, but that was like 2011, I think. 2011, I think it was 11 or 12, but been a long time, so, but, yeah, that storm was just massive. Woo! We got that storm, and then after, like a few days, or almost a week after that, we got a big snowstorm in early November. This ain't Minnesota. But we got through it. I know a lot of people didn't because they lost their houses and all the other shit, but New York we rebuild ourselves, and, you know, hopefully we don't get something like that, or even a Cat 4 or a Cat 5, like a direct hit to New York City. We don't need that shit. God forbid, but hopefully nothing happens like that. But we got all that. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, thanks for watching on this Monday evening on the Metal God channel. I'm Peter Joseph, your metal host with the most. Thank you for watching. Make sure you like the video, hit that subscribe button down below in hell, otherwise known as the description box, on this channel and my other channels as well. Show your love and support. Leave a comment on the video if you like, but don't leave stupid comments, because Satan will come out and eat your soul. And that's pretty much it. And you will be blocked, sent to the Shadow Realm, and you'll never be heard from again. And if you don't like it, tough shit. And follow me on social media, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, follow me on social media, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, share the video all over the internet. Don't forget to tap and slap that bell. And turn on all notifications so you don't miss anything. Because if you do, you need to get hit with a bass guitar. Leveled with a bass guitar. Because you're SOL, and you know what that means. And your food is ready. Sorry about that. Sorry about that notification on my computer, but it is what it is. So, don't forget to hit that bell. Turn on all notifications so you don't miss anything, because if you do, you're SOL, and like I said, you better know what that means. If you don't know, look it up. That's that. And for our first-time viewers and first-time subscribers, well, thank you for watching, and if you're thinking of subscribing, please do hit that like button as well. And as we say in the business, when you do subscribe to my channels, welcome to the party, pal! We hope you enjoy the ride. Sit back, relax, you grab yourself a nice cold one like this one. I know it's product placement, I don't give a shit. But sit back, relax, you grab yourself your own cold one, put your feet up, and enjoy the show. If you like it, great. You don't, go fuck yourself. Get out of here, go to somebody else's channel. And that's that. Alright. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching once again on this Monday evening. For my wrestling fans, we got Monday night coming up at the top of the hour. Should be an exciting show, the Raw Go Home show before this Saturday night Backlash event. So we're going to hear from Braun Breaker and Seth freaking Rollins along with the fake wise man. My name is Paul Heyman. See what they're going to be doing for Backlash or anything else. We got my third amazingly hot Asian wife. Oh yeah, you love her? You can't get enough of her. Well, I can't, but, you know. But anyway, Io Sky takes on Roxanne Perez. You know who he's gonna win that. You say Roxanne, I'm gonna kick your ass. We got that. We got another. I got the the re-debut or the return of Rusev. Rusev smash, not a pussy. Yeah. He's back in action. He's back in WWE. His first match back, and he takes on the big fat man Otis of American Alpha, who will probably be out there with Akira Tozawa and Maxine Dupri. And we got that. I think we have one other match tonight. I forget, but we'll see what happens tonight on Monday Night Raw. Your 2 to 2.5 hour cure for insomnia on that great streaming site of Netflix. But we got that. We got NXT tomorrow. Dynamite from Detroit. That's Detroit for you dumb people at home. Should be great. Collision live from Detroit. I think it's live. It should be live on Thursday on TBS, not Saturday, because of Backlash and the NBA and NHL playoffs. Speaking of that, the Knicks play tonight in Boston. That should be fun. Go Celtics! And that's pretty much all I gotta say about that. But lots of good things happening tonight. The Mets are in action against the Diamondbacks. Brett Beatty is back because Jesse Winker got injured. I knew that fast start for the Mets was gonna come back and bite them, but there's still the third best team in baseball. Well, we're in the National. I think in all baseball. It is what it is. 2.5 game lead over the Filthies. Hopefully, we can build that back up and the Filthies start crumbling again, but we'll see. Perhaps that, Yankees, who cares who they play? And that's that. Alright, not about that. So, lots of good stuff happening tonight, and we move on. Alright, as the title below says, after 8 minutes of spiel, well, I noticed it's a little bit out of date. Probably about a week or so out of date, so I apologize for that, because I had lots of things to do last week, and, I was busy with work and socializing with you-know-who, and, other things I had to do. But it is time I did a video, a couple of videos ago. If you go back a few videos, I did the Rock and Roll Hall of Shame nominees, so check that video out. But last week we found out that we have the actual inductees to the class of 2025. Some are good, some are like, what? Some are like, what happened here? But, we move on with that. Let me see, just a second here. I just want to get my notes in. Okay, we don't have to worry about that. Alright. So, here are the inductees to the 2025 class of the Rock and Roll Hall of Shame. In the performer category. I'll go to that first. Alright, we start off with Bad Company. Oh yeah, the English rock band that released a self-titled debut album in 1974, which included the great song "Can't Get Enough of Your Love." That good song. The original lineup featured vocalist Paul Rogers and drummer Simon Kirke, who'd both been in the band Free. Remember that group, as well as former Mott the Hoople guitarist Mick Ralphs, nice name, and former King Crimson bassist Boz Burrell. They've been eligible since 1999. Jesus Christ, almost 20 years. It feels like Kiss. And many other bands that should be in. Alice in Chains. Iron Maiden. Where we get that? Bad Company won induction on his first ever nomination for the Rock Hall. Wow. First time ever. They've only been eligible since 99. Go figure that one out. But congrats to them. Good rock band from the 70s, and that's that. Alright, then we got some old school for all you old farts out there, your grandpas and your fathers, and they grew up in the 60s and the 70s. Well, this guy grew up, and we know this guy from probably one of the, well, if you're from the 60s, you did this dance. Come on, baby, let's do the twist. Yeah, Chubby Checker is in the Rock Hall of Fame, and was cover of The Twist, which was a minor hit for Hank Ballard and the Midnighters 2 years earlier, like 58. Landed him at the top of Billboard's Hot 100 chart, not once, but twice. It was an early hit of the 60s, but he spent decades feeling unappreciated for even contributing to the so-called rock, well, he was kind of in that area, the Rock Hall of Fame. In 2001, he took out a full-page ad in Billboard requesting not only induction to the Rock Hall, but also a separate wing, like a courtyard statue in his honor. He's like, I want my flowers while I'm alive. I can't smell them when I'm dead, obviously. And it took a while for the hall to prepare that bouquet, but like Bad Company, Chubby Checker is getting in on his first nomination. So it took him a long time. I don't understand why the Rock Hall of Fame decides to put in people that, they're kind of contributed to the, rock and roll. But then they put in people like LL Cool J. Nothing wrong with the guy, but he's not rock and roll. I mean, he had some, in the early 80s hits, he had a little bit of a rock type riff in the background with his raps and shit. LL Cool J is hot as hell. Sucker MC's ripping. Whatever. Kind of had that little metal riff. You think about the Beastie Boys, too. Because I had Kerry King and Slayer on No Sleep Till Brooklyn. The Beastie Boys are in, I mean, all that, but... Alright, so we got Chubby Checker, Bad Company. Okay, so we got that. Alright, next on the list, another old fart. The late, great Joe Cocker. English musician, became a star in the U.S. with his raspy rendition of With a Little Help from My Friends, which, as we all know, for our old school 80s TV shows, if you've never seen The Wonder Years, that's where it came from. What would you do if you sang out of tune? That guy. Oh, he sang that at Woodstock 69, the first Woodstock. Not 99. 99 was horrible. We don't know why. Green Day. Red Hot Chili Peppers, Limp Dick Biscuit. 99 sucked. I hated Woodstock 99. Great concert, per se, but all the shit that happened, 94 was better. 94 was way better. 99, not so much. I know it had, a lot of metal bands there, but... like Metallica and... Korn, but... all that shit that happened with Limp Bizkit killed it. And all the rapes and... ugh. That's why you're never gonna get another Woodstock like that again. God forbid they do another Woodstock. Woodstock 2029! Yeah, they're gonna have a lot of security. They should sell a lot of condoms, holy shit. Too many rapes. Too many babies being born that year, too. Crazy. I mean, it's all about peace and love and shit, but yeah. Not enough peace and a lot of love, if you know what I mean. But I digress. Alright, so anyway. So Joe Cocker spent decades releasing albums and major hits, including Feeling Alright, Up Where We Belong, oh, who signed it? With Linda Ronstadt, I believe. And You Are So Beautiful to Me. I say that to Rosa every night. No, I'm kidding. Which he told NPR in 2012 was among his favorites. And he's also another first-time nominee. There you go. Alright. Alright, so that's number 3. Number 4! Finally! She's so unusual! Cyndi Lauper, the New York girl. You love her, you can't get enough of her. Finally gets into a Hall of Fame. It's not the WWE Hall of Fame yet, but, you know, even though that's going to be a long time coming, well-deserved for her when she does finally go into the celebrity wing of the Hall of Fame, hopefully next year. But anyway, Cyndi became a household name in the 80s with a ton of hits. Girls Just Want to Have Fun, Time After Time, She Bop, which we all know is about female masturbation. You didn't know that, huh? I did. Not that I care about it. I'm all for female masturbation. But I digress. You need some help? Give me a call. I digress. But the eccentric rainbow-haired Cyndi Lauper reinvented her sound and image over the course of several decades. She's still going strong at like 6. How old is she? Like 70-something years old? We know her from, she did that Broadway show, God damn it, Wayne Brady did it, I forgot the name of it, Boots, or something like that. But anyway, you know, also great songs like Money Changes Everything. She did a song for the Goonies movie. Good enough, Goonies are good enough. You know, that great song. Hang out with Captain New, Albano. You know, the Rock and Wrestling Connection. But that wasn't that. Forget it. They were beating on WrestleMania. But anyway, she dabbled in genres like country, blues, rock, and established herself as an outspoken advocate for the LGBTQ RSTUV rights. Announcement of her induction with her ongoing farewell tour that she's retiring, sadly. Does anybody ever retire? Nobody ever retires in rock. Nobody. Unless they'll just come back for one more. Even if they're like 85 years old. Rolling Stones. Sorry. Anyway. The tour is going through the US and Europe. And follows her second nomination for the Rock Hall. Because she was, I think, last year. Whereas several members of Lauper's cohorts of the 80s hitmakers like Madonna, Prince, Michael Jackson were inducted more than a decade ago. Several of her contemporaries like George Michael, Duran, Beavis. Yeah. Beavis, we need to form a band. Today. Yeah, we're gonna call it Beavis. Okay. Slow down, Beavis. Right. Did not make the cut until recently, so she finally gets in. But congrats to Cyndi Lauper, a New York chick. You gotta love her, like Pat Benatar. But we move on. Not New York City. She's from Long Island. I think Cyndi grew up in. I think she grew up in Brooklyn. But anyway, moving on. All right, number 5. This one really excites me. Outkast. Yes. Outkast, from the hip hop point of view. Gained attention in the mid-90s with the East Coast, West Coast rivalry turned heads in a completely new direction towards the South. Like Jermaine Dupri and, not Bad Boy, sorry, So Def Records, people like that. The duo made up of Big Boy and Andre 3000 released his debut album in 1994. We were still teenagers, and then they came out with Atlians, which I have, Aquemini, I should say, not Aquemini, what am I talking about? Aquemini, and the Grammy-winning Speaker Box Love Below double album, which we all know and love. Hey, yeah! You know, that song, I Like the Way You Move, and so many others. I'm sorry, Miss Jackson. Ooh, I am for real. That song. Love Outkast. Love them. I wish they came back, please. Well, maybe we'll finally hear them at the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame ceremony in November. I hope so. I want to hear some Bombs Over Baghdad. You know, Miss Jackson, of course. You know, Hey Ya, and some other old hits like Cutting on Some Scissors, The Scissors. You know, that song. But anyway. Over the last few years, the Hall has been admitting one hip-hop act each year. I don't know why. Why can't you just have a hip-hop Hall of Fame? I'm just saying. Tribe Called Quest last year, Missy Elliott, Eminem, LL Cool J before that. But the Rock Hall isn't the only pop music institution who has failed to adequately reward the genre. In the 21 years since Outkast took the prize, no other rap album has won the Album of the Year prize at the Grammys. Huh? I wonder why! Because you got all these mumble rappers that do that bullshit. You think Kendrick Lamar's gonna win a Grammy for Album of the Year when they got like people like Taylor Swift and company in that group? Anyway, Outkast has been eligible since 2019, so about 6 years. Okay, we'll go with that. And the group received its first nomination this year. So, congrats to Outkast. Love it. All right, that's number 5. Number 6. Let's go to the grunge era. Now we know Nirvana's in. Pearl Jam is in. What was it in for the grunge era? Well, the big four usually, well, not the big four, but, yeah, I would say the big 4, big 5, if you think about it. We were supposed to get, I was hoping Alice in Chains would go in, but they, again, get snubbed. But anyway, SDP, I don't believe is in, but I probably should get in. But anyway, Soundgarden is in. The 3-time Rock Hall nominees are finally being awarded with the with their, with the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame induction. Great songs like Black Hole Sun, Fell on Black Days. Lead singer Chris Cornell, the mighty Chris Cornell. His aggressive vocal style and tortured edge that worked into the group's favor as metal turned to grunge in the late 80s, early 90s, which... Not a lot of metal albums came out in the 90s, even on Metallica with like the Black Album, and then Pantera with Cowboys from Hell, and a couple of Judas Priest albums like Painkiller, that one, a few others. But Soundgarden broke up and reunited over the course of several decades, and was reportedly working on new material until the sad death of Chris Cornell in 2017. I think it was right after Chester Bennington's death, too. The same way they died. They died of suicide. Sad. I was hoping that we did kind of get a Soundgarden, I think Chris Cornell did I think it was a one-off with Linkin Park. He was I think they were touring together, or he was just there, and then, Chester and Chris Cornell were doing a song. I think they were doing, In the End. Great. Look it up. Great stuff. But glad that Soundgarden is in. Now can we get Alice in Chains, please? Next year? That's not up to me to decide. It's up to... Well, it kind of is up to me because we have the fan votes, but... Not about the fans, I guess, huh? We move on. Alright, number 7. The White Stripes. Interesting. I like that. They led the garage rock revival in the early 2000s with songs like the great hit Seven Nation Army, Fell in Love with a Girl. There were Jack and Meg White. Jack was on guitar, and his his sister, Meg White, actually it's his wife. They pretended to be siblings, were actually married, then they divorced. They're being inducted on their second nomination to the Rock Hall. Although the group achieved modest commercial success by Rock Hall standards, their influence remains monumental. And it's been 25 years, with Rock Hall inductions, you have to have your first album come out 25 years ago. So, White Stripes came out, I believe, in the early 2000s, I think it was 2001, somewhere around that area. But anyway, the guitar riff to Seven Nation Army has become one of the most recognizable pieces of music. It's been, remixed and into, dance tracks, which I hate. You hear it at every fucking stadium, you hear it in the club. It's just an amazing riff. Easiest riff in guitar world. I mean, if you can't play fucking Seven Nation Army on a guitar, you have problems. I can play it, and I'm pretty damn good at it. It's an easy riff. Easy. I mean, it's so easy you can play it in fucking Guitar Hero. Or Rock Band. It's so fucking easy. I mean, come on. It's basically a bass riff for a guitar. They just add a slide in between. And then a little solo ditty with the slide. It's just a slide solo, basically. Just probably one of the easiest riffs in the world of guitars. Easiest guitar riff, next to Nothing Else Matters, the beginning of it. Not the whole thing, but the beginning riff to Nothing Else Matters by Metallica. I mean, come on. You can't play that. Or Enter Sandman. The beginning riff. Even not Fade to Black. I mean, For Whom the Bell Tolls, easy. What else is easy? Smoke on the Water, you can't play that. Dude. You should not even pick up a guitar. Alright, but anyway, we got that. So, congrats to Meg and Jack White, the White Stripes, and they're getting in. Alright, then we get to the Musical Influence Award. This is to recognize artists whose music and performance style have directly influenced, inspired, and evolved rock and roll and music impacting culture. Okay, so we got that. Alright, so the first nominee in that category is the great ladies of Salt and Pepper. Alright, so Salt and Pepper was not only the first female rap group to have a platinum album and to win a Grammy, they also led an emblematic crossover from hip-hop to mainstream pop with hits like, Push It. That song. Not that one by the great Wayne Static of Static X. Ooh, you push it! Ooh! That song. Static X should be in the Hall of Fame too, just saying. Shoop and When a Mighty Good Man. That song with In Vogue. The group made up of Cheryl, Salt, James, Sandra, Pepper Denton, and Deidre Roper, aka DJ Spinderella, was honored by the Rock Hall during a special 2023 exhibit celebrating hip-hop's 50th anniversary. Alright, so congrats to them. But this next one, I love this guy. This guy's amazing, a legend. Warren Zevon. His first love was, he was a classical music guy, but then he came out, he was a became a bona fide rock star with the great hits like, Werewolves of Wrestling, Werewolves of London. Great song. I mean, you haven't heard that. I mean, what's wrong with you? I saw a werewolf go into a Chinese theater. His hair was perfect. Lawyers, Guns, and Money was another hit. He was eligible for induction as far back as 1994. 31 years it took this guy. Jeez. Warren Zevon sadly died in 2003. He's been long been a favorite of other musicians and Late Night with David Letterman, host David Letterman. More Than a True Commercial Star was first nominated in 2023. after Billy Joel wrote a letter to the Hall's nominating committee, you bastards, on his behalf. So finally, after, he was nominated in 2023, obviously did not get in, but now, after pretty much 31 plus years, he's finally in. So, congrats to Warren Zevon, and we're going to be singing, Ooh, Werewolves Wrestling, pretty soon in November. Alright, I got that. Now we go to the Musical Excellence Award, once known as the Sidemen Award. And the award is to recognize the kind of names who you'll find in liner notes. Pretty much like musicians, songwriters, the people that made all the other songs, like Carole King and Thrillers. Well, we get that. Alright, so our first nominee is Tom Bell. Jamaican-born producer and songwriter, was a pioneer of the Philadelphia soul scene of the 1970s, writing and producing for artists like the Delphonics, Dionne Warwick, and the Spinners. He was inducted into the Songwriters Hall of Fame back in 2006. Okay, got that. Alright, then our next inductee, Nicky Hopkins, the English session musician, played piano on some of rock and roll's most emblematic songs, from the Rolling Stones' Sympathy of the Devil, to the Beatles' Revolution. He was a highly respected pianist, not penis, pianist, and organist. He was a member of bands like Quicksilver Messenger Service, interesting name for a band, the Jerry Garcia Band. I think the Jerry Garcia Band was in between, or somewhere in between the Grateful Dead era, and he was also part of the Jeff Beck group. Alright, so congrats to those two men. Also, Carol Kay, who's a member of the famed Wrecking Crew, LA-based session musicians who played on hundreds of hits, recording of hits in the 60s and 70s. She had already played guitar on Richie Valens' hit Ba-la-la-la-da-bamba, and several Sonny and Cher songs when a bassist failed to show up. She was there at Capitol Records in 1963. She decided to give the instrument a shot, and since then has played bass on thousands of recordings, including some by the Beach Boys, Nancy Sinatra, and fellow inductee Joe Cocker. Alright, that's cool. So that's that. Alright, then we go to the Ahmet Erdogan, I hope I'm saying his last name right, Erdogan Award, which recognizes non-performing industry professionals who have had a major influence on the creative development and growth of rock and roll and music that has impacted culture. Alright, so the award will go to, the induction goes to Lenny Waronker. He was a record producer turned music executive, served as Warner Brothers president for much of the 80s and 90s, leading the label out of an industry slump by boasting careers of artists like the Talking Heads, ZZ Top, and Madonna. He's also known for his artist's first approach to leadership. He went on to work at DreamWorks Records. Okay, so that's that. So congrats to him. And to all the inductees, and the official induction ceremony will take place on November the 8th at the Peacock Theater in Los Angeles, California. Will be streamed live on Disney Plus with an ABC special to follow. So I think it's around, probably maybe before, I think it's before Thanksgiving. Somewhere around that area. And that's pretty much it. So those are the inductees. So people like the nominees, actually, Mariah Carey was on the bill. I'm surprised she's not there, as I think she was leading. Billy Idol, I think, was on. Let me look back at the nominees. Let me go back to Google for a second. It's like I think I know Billy Idol was on the nominees. I'm surprised he didn't get in. He was leading at one point with the fan vote. Let me try to get the nominees from. Okay, so we had that. Okay, so alright, so the nominees were, okay, so those who didn't get in, the Black Crowes, Billy Idol, Spanish metal band Mana, Fish, Mariah Carey, Oasis, Can't believe Oasis didn't get in twice. They didn't get in last year either. Joy Division and New Order, I think, were last year as well. They didn't get in. Let me see it. Yeah, all those did not get in, so they're probably going to be in, probably on the ballot next year. So hopefully, Oasis gets in next year. I'm hoping Alice in Chains, maybe Iron Maiden. I mean, we'll see what happens with that. But as we all know, the Rock and Roll Hall of Shame is full of shit. Because I just put in people that should not be in there. I don't know why, but that's where we go with. Alright, anyway, that's my video. Thank you for watching. If you like the video, please hit that thumbs up button. Share it with your friends all over the internet. If you haven't already, subscribe to this channel. Show my other channels as your love and support as well. Leave a comment on the video if you want. You don't have to, but if you want to, go ahead. But don't leave stupid comments because you'll get sent to hell. And that's that. And don't forget to hit that bell. Turn on all notifications for more. And we will move on with that. Alright, so that's my video. Thank you all for watching. I will be back on my main channel a little bit later on tonight with your, for you wrestling fans out there, your Monday Night Raw review. And that's pretty much going to be it for that. Alright guys, so thanks for watching. Congratulations to all the inductees to the 2025 Hall of Fame. We'll be seeing that performance on November the 8th if you have Disney+. But if you have ABC, we'll probably be seeing it right before Thanksgiving, somewhere around that area. So check it out. It's going to be great. Lots of good tunes for that ace. And that's that. Alright, everybody, I'm going to get ready to watch Monday Night Raw. And I'll see you guys later. But until next time, rock out! Well, before you even say that. But have a great night, everybody. And as the great man up there, he's a Hall of Famer too. The man from Motorhead, the late great. He has the same birthday as me. Thank you very much. And that's Lemmy Kilmister from Motorhead. We play rock and roll. And I want you all to have a good night. Drink some Jack and Coke for me, please. And I want you to know, rock out with your coke out, alright? Alright, so, like Lemmy says, rock out with your cock out. Just have fun. Drink a Jack and Coke, or a Pepsi and Coke, or Pepsi and Jack, whatever you want. For Lemmy, the great man that he is, and that's it. So until next time, rockers, rock on! Peace!